Shares of Ford are a tad higher today as Deutsche Bank upgrades the stock to a buy, citing the cost competitiveness of its new F-150 truck. Now, the shares are down around 2% over the past week, so the question is whether or not it's a good time to get in. Let's start talking numbers. On the technical side, Ryan Detrick with Schaefer's Investment Research on the fundamentals. Ron Dotton with RBC Capital Markets. Gentlemen, happy Friday to you. Ryan, what's the chart of Ford telling you?
Right here, Mandy, it's a name we haven't liked for a while, and we still don't like it. Taking a look at this first chart, you can see the shares recently had trouble right at their 200-day moving average. It's a nice demarcation line between bull and bears. That tells you right there, the bears are still in control. What I really like, though, is on this longer-term chart. You can see the 200-day moving average has been significant before. Back in 2010, 2011, it was support. Then in late 2012, it was support. So again, recently that resistance is a big thing. What I really like, though, is look at the fact that 200-day is starting to roll over. It's not pointing lower yet, but it's starting to roll over. When it was pointing higher, that was a clear sign the bull's in control. Now momentum is clearly slowing, and I'd be very leery of this name, continue to think it could underperform.
All right, so that's the longer-term trend line. You're talking about 200 days. That's a significant hurdle to cross here. But Ron, it's not always about what's happening with the charts. It's also about the fundamental business over at Ford. We know that, Morgan Stanley maybe doesn't like GM so much anymore. Maybe U.S. auto sales have peaked. What's the story with Ford?
Well, we would be neutral on the name. In terms of valuation, it's everything that you'd like to see, very low PEs on a forward basis. Our issue is really that they're spending cash through CapEx, and their ROIC, their return on invested cash, is basically lower than the market's average. So it's really a function of how well they do with those new investments, really unproven in terms of the track record relative to the S&P. And so we would be really neutral at this point.
Neutral on the fundamental side and do not like it on the technical side. Be sure to check out the online edition of Talking Numbers as well. That is in partnership with Yahoo Finance.